Your period is knocking on the door. It is knocking on the door. Seriously, please open the door and receive it with open arms. But I think it only makes sense because if your man is going to be giving you a head, you need to ensure that that place is actually clean and spotless. Because sometimes we know that sex is a lot of work. When you're done, you'll be very, very tired. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl again, Niella Obijiaku, and we are back with another video. So today's video, just as the title says, we're going to be talking about feminine hygiene, and we all know that these things are very important. I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about the hygiene down there or down there, I'm talking about the entire general feminine hygiene, because feminine hygiene doesn't necessarily mean taking care of your private parts, doesn't really mean caring for your vagina, doesn't really mean making it look good. It means like your general well-being and also your entire body. So if you're yet to subscribe to my channel and you're seeing my face for the first time, I'd love you to click that cute red button that says subscribe to my channel. While you're at it, turn on the bell so that you don't miss any new video whenever it goes live on my channel. So guys, let us get into today's video. So guys, being a girl is hard. Like being a woman is hard. I'm not going to lie. If you're a woman and you're watching this video, I'm sure you can relate. From ovulation to seeing your period to carrying a child to birthing a child. Let's not even talk about ovulation pains. Let's not even talk about period pains and menstrual cramps. Let's not even talk about the pain you have and all the the dizziness you get when you conceive, and all the morning sickness that comes with it, all the backache that comes with it, the swollen legs, the nauseous feeling, and the rest. Guys, I can go on and on and on and on to tell you that being a woman is hard. Shout out to all the women out there. You guys are strong. You guys are the real MVPs. I'm not gonna lie to you. If nobody is praising you, you should praise yourself today. Let's even talk about what about vagina infection? Like, that one is even crazy. It is crazy. And again, you can't stop your period from smelling the way it smells. Like, period actually has the blood that comes out during your period actually smells a certain way. You can't actually change the way your period smells, or you make it start smelling like a Gucci or a Tom Ford perfume. It's not possible. So the first tip I'm going to share today is try not to sleep with your panties, or try not to sleep with your underwears. This is something I usually don't do because I'm a pant lover. And when I see people wear clothes without wearing pants, I'm like, don't you feel naked? Don't you feel naked? Like, I don't know how people do it, but of late, I've been doing it, and I was like, okay, so this is what I've been missing, So once in a while, go to bed without you wearing any panties, without you wearing bras. I heard a lot of people who wear bras to sleep. Try to go to bed without wearing any of these things, really. You need that place to breathe. You can't be wearing panties and your jeans all through the whole day. Maybe you go to work and you also have other errands to run, and you come back home and you're still all tied up. Sisters, those titties gotta breathe, man. Your vagina has to breathe. It's just like saying you wrap up something. Okay, for example, now when you buy onions and you wrap it, or you put it in like my Nigerian people call it in nylon bag, or you buy onions and you tie it into a bag or a plastic bag. If you come back the next day or next 2 days, that onions will begin to rot because you have tied up the onions and there's no form of air going into that particular place you kept that onions. But you notice that whenever you buy onions, it's ideal to let it open. So that's how it is. Once in a while, try not to sleep with your underwear. Try not to sleep with your panties on. Try not to sleep with your bras on. You can just wear like something really loose, maybe like a very loose nightwear. That way that there's air going in and coming out, that kind of thing. Another tip I want to share is, when people say you are what you eat, let me just put it this way: you smell what you eat. If you're not eating healthy, and you're not taking proper care of whatever it is that goes into your body, trust me, that place is gonna be smelling. Like, it's not rocket science. If you're doing anyhow with your body and doing whatever you like with whatever goes into your, only through your mouth down into your body, that place is gonna be smelling. So I've also heard that there are some fruits that actually makes that, when you constantly take fruits like that, they actually make that place smell good, but I haven't really noticed. It's something that I really haven't noticed. Maybe after this video I'll begin to take, I'll consciously start noticing that particular part. But I think it actually works the same way with weight loss, because if you eat healthy and if you live a healthy lifestyle, you're not going to be overweight, you're not going to be obese, you're not going to have cholesterol issues, you're not going to have issues that will lead you to having high blood pressure, you're not going to have issues that will lead you to having diabetes in the future. So I think it goes both ways. If you eat healthy, you're going to live a healthy lifestyle, and if you pay attention to what goes into your body, I think your titties is gonna be smelling good. The next tip I'm going to be dropping here is wash your hands. This is really, really underrated, and I know it is so cliche. Wash your hands, especially when you're using public toilets. We all know you go into public toilets, you open the door, you go into public toilets. If the toilet lid is closed, you're going to use your hands to open the toilet lid. Some people actually use tissues, toilet papers. They put toilet papers in their hands and raise the lid up to ease themselves. Some people actually use their legs to raise the lid up. But if you're among those who use their hands without toilet papers to raise the lid up, please wash your hands. Or go and always carry wipes or sanitizers in your hands, because you see how these things are actually important, because you don't know who has touched that door handle, you don't know who has raised the lid up, you don't know who has touched any part of that public toilet you have been to, and you're done using the toilet and you want to wipe and you use the same hand with a toilet paper, and so you're transferring the bacteria, you're transferring the diseases, you are transferring whatever rubbish you have touched with your hands into and you know how sensitive the vagina area is. So let's just try to consciously wash our hands, especially when you're using public toilets, or ensure that you're going with wipes, so that you can wipe your hands shortly before you begin to wipe your vagina, so that whatever bacteria or organism or deadly substance that has been going around and you've mistakenly touched with your hands, it's going to be wiped down. The next tip I want to share here is changing your pads. Please, whenever you change your pads, ensure that you clean the area very well before you wear another pad. I'm speaking to people who actually have heavy flows, because I cannot expect someone who has heavy flow to constantly have her bath every time she needs to wear a new pad. Like for me, I actually have heavy flow, and if you're like me that can use up to 4 pads before 24 hours, then you need to clean that area. Don't just take off the soaked pad and slap in another one. Ensure that you clean your vagina area very well, before you slap in another pad under, above your panties into your buttocks. Another thing I also say is don't leave pads for too long. I know a lot of ads and commercials about pads have said you can use it for 12 hours or thereabout, but please try not to use pads for too long, because we all know that blood smells. It stinks, it smells. I'm not going to lie, we all know. We don't need to, especially when your period is about to finish, and when your period is about to, I think when your period is about to finish, I think the blood smells worse than when the period actually starts. So try not to wear pads for too long, even if you don't have heavy flow. I try as much as possible to wear as much pads as I can. Yes, I know it may be expensive, but if you're using pads or using tampons, please try to change them at interval. Don't wait for it to get very full and you know, blood will begin to almost seep out of your panties. Try to change them at interval so that you also reduce, you know, excessive smell and also reduce irritations around that particular, you will reduce irritations around your vagina. That thing I also want to talk about is putting soap into your vagina. Okay, when we were little, we used to do that, but as I got older, I found out that it's not healthy and it's not wise to actually use soap to wash your vagina. So please, if you've been using soap to wash your vagina, please stop. Just use ordinary water. Some people actually do the surface, no problem, but try not to, ensure that whatever you're doing doesn't get into the hole, like, you know, into your titties hole, you know. So try to use just water. Water is actually fine. Another tip I also want to drop is try not to use body sprays or perfumes. I can remember when I was in school, and you know, all for that place to smell good, we just go pss, 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 and we already sprayed down there. So it got to a point where I started, you know, itching, and when I went for tests, I went for the regular test, and they found out that there was actually nothing wrong with me. That place was fine. It was later I realized that it was the excessive pss, pss, pff, pah, that I used to spray around there. That's actually what caused the irritation around there. So please try not to, no matter how tempted you are, try not to spray your Gucci perfume around your titties. Try not to spray your Tom Ford perfume until your vagina area if you don't want to receive some scratching stains in your body. I'm actually not a fan of feminine wipes anyways, but try not to get anything into, you know, the hole, you know, into the original vagina hole. So I'm not a fan of feminine wipes. A lot of people have said feminine wipes are good, but you can use it to just wipe the surface, but try not to get anything. Try not to get anything into there, because, and also try to ensure that the feminine wipes you have don't have perfumes, like they are basically odorless. Not that they'll smell horribly, but they don't have like really strong perfume that can actually irritate that area. So you can also do feminine wipes as well. Another tip I also want to say is cotton underwears are big. Cotton underwears should be like your best friends. Should be like your best friend. Back in the days, I used to be a fan of silky I used to be a fan of silky pants. Like, if the pants is not silky, that means we've not started wearing panties. But it was later on I realized that this silky pants is actually, they are not breathable. That's the truth, because you all know how silk and satin scarf works for natural hair. It helps to retain moisture in the hair. So imagine having to wear silk pants, you know, with your tight jeans, and you're walking up, and with your tight jeans and you're walking up and down. There's no air going into that place. But cotton panties are actually breathable. They allow moisture, you know, they take out moisture, let me put it that way. They take out moisture out of that place. They allow for more air, and also lacy pants as well. So you should also try to include more cotton panties in your panty bags and more lacy panties in your panty bags. The more breathable your underwears are, the better for your titties. And I get my panties from at the intimate place, and I get, in fact, most of my intimate wears, I get them from the intimate place. I'm going to leave their IG handle on the screen here, and also in the description box below if I remember. Another thing I would advise you to do is to stop wearing like really tight jeans. So if you're a fan of really tight jeans, you're wearing really tight jeans, your panties are too tight, there is no how your titties are going to breathe. And as well, it also helps with changing your underwear or your undergarments. I used to have a friend who, whenever she goes to use the bathroom and she notices that her underwear or her panties are wet, she just takes off the panties, wipes her vagina with intimate wipes, put her panties into a Ziploc bag, wipes her vagina, and she's out of the bathroom. Because we all know that extended wear of panties can actually bring about like more ooze. So try to reduce the length of panties you wear. So like I said, that my friend, once she wears it for a long time and she notices that it's already feeling wet down there, she just, you know, goes ahead and take off the panties, take off her pants in the bathroom, wipe that area, and she's good to go. Another thing I want to also mention is please invest in panty liners. Panty liners are really, really important. They can help you, they can help reduce the smell, because you know that with panty liners you can change them often. So maybe when you're ovulating, the discharge that comes out when you're ovulating, so that it doesn't stay in the pants, it stays on the panty liners. And when you feel like you need to change, or you need to just do like a new change of panty liners, you just take off the panty liners, you know, wrap it up nicely and throw it away and wear a new panty liner, so the smell is not stuck to your panties. So please invest in panty liners. Invest in panty liners if you can. Invest in really good ones, the ones that will not irritate your vagina area. There's also something called vagina moisturizer. This is something I found out while I was doing my research. I haven't used it before. I didn't even know they existed, but I think it's some form of like a gel, you know, that's supposed to help moisturize your vagina area, especially for people who want to have, you know, it helps with penetration easier. I haven't used it before. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me. I know you're looking at me. I don't even know what it means, but I think try to get the ones that are not filled with too much perfume, you know, so you don't irritate your titties. Another thing I also want to mention is that sometimes there are some birth control pills that actually dry, you know, that particular place. Let us not lie, our vagina also needs that fluid, or that discharge that comes out from it, whether you're seeing your period or whether you're ovulating or not. And there are some birth control pills you take, they actually make that place, you know, extremely dry out. And so sometimes they tend to rely on the little one the drugs actually bring, which sometimes is never enough for the, you know, vagina to function properly. So, but I will always advise that whenever you're taking birth controls, please see your doctor. And I like the fact that this part of the world, you can't just go and buy birth control pills over the counter. You need a doctor's prescription to buy birth control pills. So for what is what, ensure that you see your doctor, ensure that you see a doctor before taking any drug, any food supplement, anything entirely, or anything at all. White discharge can be normal, brown discharge could be abnormal. Brown discharge as well could also be normal. It could also mean that your period is knocking on the door. It is knocking on the door, seriously. Please open the door and receive it with open arms. Having like a funny feeling about yourself or about the discharge coming out from your vagina, please ensure that you see a doctor. Do not say Niella said. Do not say Niella said. I'm not a doctor. I am not a I'm not a gynecologist. These are things that I have, you know, done research on. These are things that I have done, and the ones that I haven't done and tried and tested, I also did my research on it. So please, if the last but not the least I'm going to say is, please try to have your bath after having sex. I know a lot of people say their husband loves the smell of sex. Even if you don't have energy to have your bath, you get, because sometimes we know that sex is a lot of work. When you're done, you'll be very tired. So ensure that you wipe that area very well before you finally doze off to la la land. Please, if you don't have energy to have your entire bath, because some people actually have their bath before having sex, not to say people who don't are dirty, but I think it only makes sense, because if your man is going to be giving you a head, you need to ensure that that place is actually clean and spotless. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So please pay no attention to people who say they like the smell of sex. If you can't have your bath, if you're too tired, ensure you clean that area, because there's no how this child is going to be coming out from that place, whether you like it or not, unless you're a robot that is having sex. I've come to the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like to see more videos like this, do give me a fat thumbs up, share with your friends. I'll see you all in my next video. Do have a fabulous day ahead, guys.